At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, and this is what every one of these guys waits for each and every week, CD, that moment of anticipation just before the game begins.
I know most of these guys have played well over 100 games dating back to their high school days. Imagine that number could go all the way back to the Little League type of ball. But that excitement before a game, it never gets old. We all know how to channel it once they actually kick this one off, though.
Here comes the Steelers offense led by none other than Aaron Rodgers, his 22nd and what he says is his final NFL season.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led him to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They run again with Dowdle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. The Steelers at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
Now Rodgers. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Carson Schlesinger with a pick. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at the 36-yard line.
Even some of the most tenured quarterbacks make mistakes. But I don't think we have to worry about his confidence. He's been through just about everything during his career. So I'm sure he'll flush this and be ready to come back out and make up for his mistake on the next possession.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. You look at this Steeler defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And they'll bring Judy in motion right. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
A gain of 9.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 13 carries, 81 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people up and downfield.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use it, please. Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 2nd and 9. Now Sanders. And this is a spectacular one-handed grab there. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Let's go now.
Sampson, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Sanders to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
A 24-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their 2nd drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out. But
Menu narration set to 100. Subtitle scales the menu narration set to 100. Subtitle scales the volume of the menu narration.
defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete.
Intended for Jeremy Bernard, incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore there defensively.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Rodgers. That is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try to find a way to win.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 40.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And the timing of goes to the ground.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but
He contort his body back to grab it.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
no doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what.
Now the ball comes loose. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. And now the Browns coming out on the field.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Sanders.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing, Sanders. He'll swing this out to Sampson.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. That is caught at the 7. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
At the 4-yard line.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Throwing again, it's Sanders. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal.
8-yard line.
To throw is Sanders. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the...
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards.
He scored their touchdown earlier. This had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10.
To the 27-yard line.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
This is 2nd and 8.
To throw, it's Rodgers. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts them in excellent position. First and goal after a gain of 19.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Hope you all had a happy Halloween. Some of the celebrations still going on here in this first week of November. That's okay. Let's get to it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin right here in the Sunshine State. It's the Bucs at home to take on an NFC South foe, the Atlanta Falcons. And it's the Atlanta defense coming up with a big play here. They force the interception. They've got room. They're taking it all the way. Pick 6 for the touchdown. The Falcons, hoping to get to 6-2 with a win here, they lead it at the break. Why don't we move on now and check in on another big mid-season matchup. And it's Jared Goff. Well done here. It's a touchdown. The Lions, one of the hottest teams in the NFL, looking for a 7th straight win, and they lead here at the break. Lastly, let's take a look at the impact player from Week 8. And the folks here in Orlando agree it's this man. And this is Bryce Young. He's looking to throw, then makes a beeline for the end zone. 12 yards on the scramble for the score. The Panthers do, however, wind up falling in this one. And with that, a look here at the rest of the action in Week 8 around the NFL. Meanwhile, in our game, neither offense has been able to distinguish themselves. It's been the defenses that have stood tall so far. As we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. Which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
at their own 19.
The Browns offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Sanders. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They were 7-point winners a week ago, and they lead by 7 here as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run here with Dowdle. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the visiting Steelers who came away victorious, so they'll look to claim the season series with a win here in Pittsburgh. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he fires one incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete. Bernard. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
A running play. It's Dowdle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Browns' 11-yard line.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So the lead extended. I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you express yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you said, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
The Browns offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
That was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but they can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got one on us, and just not let it turn into more.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. They'll run on first down. Sampson. And let me as it looked, dancing away and moving forward for 6 yards.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Browns.
Tillman going to go in motion right. On play action, here's Shador. They'll get this into the hands of Sampson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here, second and 1.
At the Steelers' 29-yard line.
Now again, right side. Sampson. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at third and 1.
From the gun on third down, Sanders. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on third and 1.
It's a gain of 6. And the Browns first down.
Looking to throw. Sanders.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a third and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
A loss of 8 yards. And it's third.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Third and long.
And he's going to go down again. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
It's fourth down.
They'll go. Here's Sanders.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Steelers offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field.
And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 2.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
3rd and 1.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown. And their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. Here's Sanders throwing to start the drive. And that one's going to come up short. Low throw. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
And it's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Sanders.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down, and of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Rodgers looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Back to throw, Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Steeler first down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A good gain again. That's
It's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Dowdle. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Rico Dowdle with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Rodgers will throw for it. Top by Emmanuel McNeil-Warren.
The score, Steelers 19. Browns 3.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Sanders. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Rodgers throwing here. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Oh, just a desperation heave there, and it's intercepted. Carson Schlesinger with a pick. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you
We have a deal. One of the top receivers has agreed to terms on a contract extension that will likely keep him and his quarterback very happy.